My dudes, how you doing? Oh, missing you all very much. If you know anything about me, I'm a hugger. Virtual hugs your way. This damn COVID-19 is keeping us indoors, but I thought, let's do something positive, shall we? Well, positive if you enjoy it, I guess, but I thought I've got a pinball machine I've been restoring, so this is going to keep me busy over this time when I've been indoors. So I thought, well, why don't I do a video diary? I had done restorations in the past. The last one I did, I bought at an auction, did it up from scratch, my 1979 Cosmic Princess, which is a thing of beauty, and I did a lot of typing and photos and stuff, but I thought, well, that was really labour intensive, so I thought I'd just talk some crap instead. And hell, you might be bored, you might even watch this, who knows? So, this is my latest acquisition. It's the 1987 Williams Fire machine. Oh, bit excited about this one. This is the System 11 era of the company Williams, the pinball machine manufacturer. So in the late 80s, and they went through to late 90s, I'm pretty sure, something like that. But this is the first era of System 11 machines. Now, System 11 refers to the motherboards, circuit boards, etc., etc. They were a certain era of machine. This is System 11A, so these were the first cabs off the rank. And the System 11 machines are known throughout the land. There's some absolute gems like Whirlwind and Funhouse that are on my Holy Grail lists. And if anyone's got one and they want to give it to me, I'll really appreciate it. Be very appreciative. So this is my first Williams System 11. And I'm very excited about this one because it's it's the first time I can get my hands on one of these babies. So what do you do when you buy a new pinball machine? Well, the first thing you should do is not plug it in. Now, to be fair, I bought this one working, so it's a bit different. I have bought one from an auction before where it wasn't working. This one was actually working. The guy said, yep, everything works. I got a really good price, so I assumed that there'd be some stuff wrong with it. It was pretty good, to be honest, but this guy obviously wheels and deals with pinball machines, and so probably had a workshop of parts, chucked a whole lot of parts in here, just made it happen, and it does, he was right, it does work, but there is quirks. And so the best thing to do is I played it for a little while, I was like, I can't stand it anymore, things weren't working properly, ramps weren't lifting, etc., etc. So I went, right, let's do it from the scratch as I should have done in the first place. You basically pull the whole thing apart. So you pull all the plastics off. In saying that, actually, underneath the playfield there's a whole lot of electronic components. I don't pull all that off. The playfield is where you start, pull all the plastics off, get them all out, and then you can assess things from there. The good thing about doing that is you discover a whole lot of things wrong with it. So you work out there's parts missing, what parts should be there, and you start going over it with a fine-tooth comb. So when you pulled all the components off, the first thing you can do is clean the playfield. Now, this is a good thing to do with all the different screws and etc. move, because then you can get good access to everything. And this baby was really dirty. Like, I might put some photos up on somewhere to show you before and after, because I'm actually a little ways into the project. So I've actually done the cleaning part. I'm now starting to put it back together. But what do you clean it with? Well, the best thing you can use is a product called shellac. Very, very cheap. You can buy from Bunnings. In America it's called naphtha, and it's actually lighter fluid as well as being an evaporative solvent. It's the least abrasive thing you can use. Obviously don't have a fag around while you're doing it, but this really cleans stuff really nicely, and also it gets off any old wax if there was wax on the playfield. Now, waxing a pinball playfield's whole new game for me. It's only been a couple of years. I did it with my last restoration, and from now on I'm always going to do it. It's a thing you can do. It makes a huge difference to the playfield. It makes it shine, look better. It also just, the ball rolls over beautifully. Oh, it's a beautiful thing, trust me. And what do you use for wax? Well, a Caranuba wax. So this is an automotive Caranuba wax, Maguire's Gold Class, because I'm a classy guy. These not cheap, but definitely worth it. You base simple really with the wax. Once you've cleaned the playfield with that naphtha stuff and got all the crud off it, you add wax to it. You just smoosh it all over the playfield, and ideally leave it overnight. And then you polish it all up with a microfiber cloth, or you can get a drill bit for it, but I didn't get that carried away. And I did it twice. Whether or not you need to do it twice is another thing altogether, but I thought she deserved it. It's been a long, hard journey for the Williams Fire, And I found things like dried leaves up the back of the playfield. And when you think about a pinball machine, it's all contained. So don't know where that came from, but I thought it deserved a bit of love. Now, with all the components that you pull off as well, the best thing to do is clean them. So I cleaned all the plastic components for a start, like the firehouse here. And the best thing to do that with is the Novus products. So you've got Novus 1 and Novus 2. Now, Novus 1's really good. I ordered this online. This is really good for just cleaning in general. You just spray a bit of Novus over it every now and then just to give it a bit of a clean for the playfield, but it's really good for plastics. Now, I cleaned the plastics with that, and then Novus number 2 is a bit more abrasive, so that gets small, light scratches out. There is also a Novus number 3, but from what my research, it's actually really abrasive, so it's not that necessary. But I gave the plastics all a good clean with that. And also, obviously, there are metal parts of the playfield, like guide rails for the ball and stuff like that. So I thought while they're out, I'll give them a bit of a clean as well. I use this stuff, Autosol Metal Polish. It's cheap again, you can buy it from a hardware store. This is really good. It makes everything look nice and shiny and new. So yeah, so now I'm on to the part where I put everything back together, which is the fun part, because I might even play this one day soon. Because it keeps me up at night. There's a big piece of metal sitting in your garage, or there's a functioning game. Very big difference. So yeah, so I'm up to that fun part now. So I guess we'll take a look at the playfield and talk about what I'm doing next.